les iba a dar un tamal ahorita.
Good evening, and thank you for putting up with our intermission there, if you will. It is December 16, 2025, and we will call to order our regular session of the Yuma County Planning and Zoning Commission. First thing on order is to ask Ms. Heidi to verify a quorum, please.
AJ Mosqueda. Present. Ron Rice.
Present.
Jim Allen.
Yes.
Tim Bowers. Present. Danny Bryant. Matias Rosales. Scott Mulhern. Hugo Garcia. Bobby McDermott.
Present.
Ron Van Wy.
I'm here.
Mr. Chairman, you do have a quorum.
If you would all please stand with the Pledge of Allegiance with me, please.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands. Liberty and justice for all.
The next item on the agenda is for the approval of Planning and Zoning Commission regular meeting minutes of November 18th of 2025. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the agenda minutes from November 18th. Any discussion
Just
Oh.
you need to read your,
after this?
Okay.
Yep, thank you. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion passes. All right. Next item on my list is I have a little script that I need to go through before we can continue with the meeting. If you have parked in the rear employee gated parking lot, please immediately move your car to the front north parking lot or you will be locked in. There is no public egress from the hallway to the south parking lot. The only public entry into the building is through the north entrance. All access to the Development Services building is limited to staff only as a security precaution. If you wish to speak tonight at the podium, please ensure that you do sign at the table in the back at the rear. Please sign your name. Before you speak at the podium, please state your name, address for the record. Please address only the chairman. Do not speak to the audience or other staff. If you have handouts to give to the commission, please give them to the admin staff, and they will distribute it as needed. Restrooms and drinking fountains are down the hall behind the meeting room. Feel free to use those as you need. No food or beverage allowed in the meeting room except for water. Next item on the agenda is number 4, special use permit case number 25-20. Before we start, if we need to, depending on how many people want to speak tonight, we will put in a timer of 3 minutes. So keep that in mind, please, as we move throughout the meeting. It is case number 25-20, Michael Sandra Scario requests a special use permit for section number 607.03. Staff report, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Jesus Carrillo, Senior Planner. The special use permit is per section 607.03A of the Yuma County Zoning Ordinance to allow a 12-step group meeting facility known as the Alano Club on a parcel 1.37 acres in size, zone manufactured home subdivision, 20,000 square feet minimum. The property is located in the Foothills planning area at 12731 East 38th Street in Yuma. And the intent is to allow a philanthropic 12-step group meeting facility. This is the zoning map. The subject parcel, it's highlighted in red with the crosshatch, parcel 87, which is surrounded by MHS 2010 and RVS to the southwest and further west, and to the properties to the east is currently zone commercial, C2. Properties to the north are zone RVS, and they're all developed with site builds and manufactured homes. And this is the aerial imagery. The property is outlined in blue. And this is another closer aerial imagery of the property. And this is the site plan that was submitted by the applicant. And this is the floor plan that was submitted by the applicant, showing the existing layout and what he's proposing. So his intention is to modify the existing manufactured home. Staff received 5 letters in opposition from property owners within the notification area. Staff recommends approval of special use permit case number 2520. Staff suggests attaching the following performance conditions. The owner or applicant shall record the following documents within 60 days of Board of Supervisor approval of this special use permit case and submit them to Department of Development Services, a navigation disclosure statement, and a range disclosure statement. Also, number 2, prior to beginning operations or within 180 days of approval by the Board of Supervisors, the circulation and parking area shall be surfaced with a dust inhibitor treated aggregate base course, ABC. And for operational conditions, the special use permit shall be valid for a period not to exceed 5 years from the date of approval by the Yuma County's Board of Supervisors. Number 2, all parking must be accommodated on site. Parking in the right-of-way is prohibited. The hours of operation for the group meeting shall be limited to 6 a.m. to 8 p.m., Monday through Sunday. And this concludes that presentation. Also,
Any commissioners?
parcels highlighted in red are the letters that we received in opposition. And that concludes the presentation.
Any questions from staff or from the commission for staff?
I would, Mr. Chairman, if you could put the aerial photo back up, please.
You prefer this one or the,
Yeah, no, the one you just had. There you go. Okay. Property's pretty isolated from all of the neighbors, lots of parking. I just wanted the relationship of some of the comments to figure so that I'm clear on what's happening. Where's the access? Off of 38th?
that's correct, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Any other commissioners? Mr. Rice?
Is living permitted 24/7 there?
Mr. Chairman, that's not being proposed on the floor plan. However, the applicant is present. He will be able to answer that question.
Any other commissioners? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and open it up and ask if the applicant would like to come forward and speak first. Please remember to state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is, excuse me, my name is Mike Scariot. I live at 11573 East 25th Place in the foothills in Yuma, Arizona. My wife and I are proposing this special use permit to, our plan is to lease the facility to the Foothills Alano Club, which previously resided where the new firehouse is on Foothills Boulevard. They were there for 12 years. There will not be anybody living on presence on the property, as one of the questions was posed. And it will not be like a rehab facility or anything like that. Our purpose is basically to provide, what Alano clubs do is they provide meeting space for 12-step groups, basically Alcoholics Anonymous, Al-Anon, Narcotics Anonymous, and things like that, recovery groups, and you probably won't even know we're there. So if there's any other questions, I'd be more than happy to try to address them.
Any commissioners? Bobby?
No, so this is actually, the Alano Club is already existing out in the foothills, and they just need a different space, or their
Yes.
space, they lost their
Yes.
space is
Yep,
the
yep,
purpose
yep,
of this.
yeah.
Okay, I thank you.
Chairman,
Yes, sir.
is this going to be open 7 days a week, or is it
Yes,
just?
yeah, it's open 7 days a week. Historically, we had meetings at 6 a.m., 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 noon, and then some scattered ones that were 6:30 to 7 o'clock in the evening. So we did previously have a fireside group, which ran into a problem with the fire department because the people weren't putting the fire out, so we're not going to allow that. So just
Any other commissioners have any questions?
And you have plenty of parking and from,
Yes. When I contacted staff, they told we'd need, I believe, 28 parking spaces to accommodate. We're not going to use the whole building. We propose to use Well, on the picture, it showed a dining room and then a living room, basically. We're just gonna remove a wall, make that all one. It'll be 32 by 14. And then it'll just have one bedroom, what will become a storage room, so. But nobody's gonna live there. That was my main, the goal is to, keep it as clean as possible.
Any other commissioners have any questions? All right, thank you, sir. If we need to call you back, we will, okay?
Thank you very much.
Now open up to the public for anybody for or against. Please come forward and state your name and address.
Good evening. My name is Steve Flager. I live at 11657 Paula, and I own that property. I also own the property at 11669 Paula. I have no specific objection to Al-Anon as an organization. Both of my parents were alcoholics, so I wanted to make that clear from the beginning. Quick comment, this is an inadequate document. The people, the residents of this neighborhood cannot make sense of this. It's illegible, it can't be read. We don't know if it's existing buildings, new buildings, or what. So we don't feel properly prepared from this document. The main concern I have is the conversion of residential neighborhood into non-residential. The old Foothills area has been a very comfortable, quiet, pleasant place to live for a long time. And now there are encroachments beginning to happen on the residents of this area. And I don't care whether it's Al-Anon or something else, anything that is non-residential, I believe, should not be on this property. The people that live in this neighborhood have generally, most of them have been there a long time and do not want this type of change to happen. I did send out a letter, I'm going to read it. Non-residential urban and suburban land use always means increased vehicular traffic with all of the associated problems, including spillover parking, noise, danger to pedestrians and pets, and reduced property desirability and value. Development, in this case, I'm not so sure about because I have inadequate information. Development means bulldozing desirable neighborhoods of greenery to the ground for buildings and parking spaces. Increased potential for trespass, property crimes, litter, and unwanted personal contacts in a quiet residential neighborhood intended to be not a vibrant business area. Permanent hosting of a concentrated community of permanently addicted personalities in our neighborhood is not desirable. And I say that as the son of two alcoholics. The use of residential space, roads, infrastructure, rural metro, law enforcement, and other resources as a nonprofit with no tax contribution to the community, which I object to. And I close this letter with, please don't allow Yuma growth to inflict degradation on our peaceful, old, iconic Foothills residential neighborhood. This is not just any place. This is a special place in Yuma. This is where we must draw the line today against businesses annexing our homes. Please register your protest as per Development Services. Thanks, Steve Flager. I don't think I have much more to add to that. I just would really regret seeing the character of this neighborhood that I live in, and many people that have spent their lives putting together resources so they could retire comfortably somewhere. I hate to see those people subjected to anything non-residential in their neighborhood. And I don't care whether it's oil change, lube center, or what.
I'm gonna have to ask you to come to an end. Your time has been up for a little while, so.
Okay.
Do you have anything else major to contribute? If not, any commissioners have any questions of this gentleman? Okay,
Okay.
thank you, sir.
Okay.
Anybody else like to speak for or against?
My name is Tony Grillo, and I reside at 11644 South Paula Avenue, which is just a little bit outside your 300-foot radius. If you look at the map, that 300-foot radius is mostly street and property. You didn't get very many residents in there. I understand probably less than 30 letters went out. And it's absurd to think that only people within 300 feet are going to be affected by this. This will affect a much larger area. And I think this should be shelved for a later date, give people time to understand and get a map that actually makes sense, that they can understand. And, you know, re-meet this later after you've notified more people that will be affected by this in traffic, and mostly foot traffic, perhaps bicycles. A lot of people with addiction problems have lost their driving privileges. So that means they're going to have to catch rides with somebody else. They're going to walk, both detrimental to the neighborhood. I don't think this should be in this area. Should be probably in a commercial area. Maybe near, close to a hospital in case somebody should come to a meeting with a problem. You know, this is an older, established neighborhood, mostly seniors who are more vulnerable. Okay, they can't defend themselves. Some of them have diminished mental capacity and could be very easily taken advantage of by somebody walking through the neighborhood that might want to do that, that might make a bad choice, like addictive personalities sometimes do. They make bad choices, let's face it. Everybody probably wants cheaper electric rates, but I don't think anybody wants a nuclear waste facility in their backyard. Okay? It's just, you can say it's a philanthropic endeavor here, and I don't disagree with that. I just disagree where you're trying to put it. Okay? And there's plenty of other places that are, you know, either undeveloped where this could happen, or closer to facilities like their former facilities, where they can be close to help if they need it, whether it be medical, fire, ambulance, you know, police or law enforcement. So I'm completely opposed to this, and I am outside that 300-foot area, but I'm dead sure this is going to affect me adversely. Everybody, I walk every morning, everybody I've talked to on those walks didn't know anything about this and were upset about it and didn't want it to happen. I think you need to reach out to a bigger area. That would be the fair thing to do. And then shelve this for a later date. And then notify a bigger area, a bigger swath of people.
Your timer did go off,
Thank you.
sir. Thank you. Anybody else for or against? Hello.
My name is Nancy Alterman, and I live directly catty corner across 38th Street from the proposed site. And, oh yes, 11686 South Sheila.
Put
Okay.
the plot map back up, please. Next one. No, I'm sorry, the one that shows the Other properties, there you go, thank you.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that is commercial right next to it, right?
I live in 101.
Okay, well, speak
101
speak
is
to
my
us here,
house.
ma'am.
I'm sorry, 101, sorry. Okay, am I good to go?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, my husband and I feel that the traffic going in and out of there would definitely affect us because for one thing, we're right across 38th Street from the property. If I understood the other gentleman, they have meetings like every 2 hours for most of the day, and that's going to be a lot of cars going in and out. And I understand, I've been told, and I don't know if this is accurate or not, you can tell me, that they're going to have up to 20 parking spaces. That's a lot of cars, you guys, in our little quiet neighborhood. It's a lot of cars going in and out several times a day and then again in the evening. And we are definitely opposed to that. I empathize with the fact that there needs to be an Alano Club, I believe that's what it's called, and I really empathize with people who are addicted to substances, but we don't want it in our neighborhood. And I don't know how to say it plainer than that. We just don't want it in our neighborhood. We've got a quiet little neighborhood, mostly elderly people, and we'd like to keep it that way. That's the way we like, that's why we came to Yuma. The foothills is why we came to Yuma, and the residential part of it. So, thank you.
Back to the aerial photo, please. Yeah, okay.
My name is Patricia Sider. I live at 12774 East 38th Street, and I have a lot at 12756. So that is going to, if this goes in, it's going to affect my property value on 2 properties. And if I decide to sell, I'm going to lose money on all this stuff because 38th Street is a very busy street, always has been, and we don't need any more cars coming in there. There's a lot of people that walk their dogs, women that push strollers with little kids in them, and it would be a danger to all of them to have all this traffic, much less, property crimes. If you get people that are addicted, whatever, they get their money for their addiction someplace, so they've been known to rob properties or, pilfer something that they could sell or something for. So it's something that we don't need in our nice, quiet neighborhood. We settled here because it is quiet, and we like it that way, and we'd like to keep it that way. So it's just like we don't feel that this is a proper use of that property in our neighborhood. I mean, like they all said, a facility would be fine, but in the right neighborhood, not in our neighborhood.
Okay, does anybody have anything additional to add to what was already been said?
Mr. Chairman, Aaron Selliot, 728-07001. I'll keep it short and sweet because this directly falls under the special use cases for this type of neighborhood. The commercial building that's directly to the east is actually a car wash, and they enter on Foothills and they exit right on 38, so the traffic is not going to be any different or much different than it already exists. That's a main thoroughfare for that section and for that area. Also, things including convalescent homes, aged facilities, nursing homes, and hospitals can go in that facility. I think the fact that they're going to leave the character of the neighborhood the same because the manufactured home is going to stay there and all they're doing is modifying internally, that's something to be taken into account. So specifically because this falls directly under those permitted uses, I recommend you approve it. Thank you.
Anybody else have anything else to add that has not have been said yet? Okay, if not, I'm going to close the hearing, or close the public session and bring it back to the commissioners for discussion and.
Could we go back to the applicant for a response if he?
Would you like to have anything else to say, sir? Yeah, I would. Come on back up and please state your name and address again, please, for the record.
I am Mike Scariot. I am the person after the special use permit. My address is 11573 East 25th Place. I have had places on 47th Lane. I have property on 36th Street also. I hear the concern about the addicted people coming around That's historically is not what we have coming to us. What we have is people who are in recovery who would care to continue their recovery. Mainly addicted people, we can't really help them. You can come to us and ask us, we're meeting spaces and stuff like that, but we're not treating addicts there. That's, I understand there's a lot of concern and there's kind of a bad vibe for that word, but a lot of our visitors are the winter visitors, basically. So in the summertime, it drops down. There might be 5, 6 people there, but rarely do we ever exceed 25. That's very rarely. So that's just my concern. I understand the traffic, and it's a good point. We'd like to do our best, but it is right next to the car wash there, which has quite a bit of traffic that comes in and out of it too. So I don't think traffic was a real concern here. So, thank you.
Hold on a second, yes.
Yes, if you could bring up again the close-up of the property. Okay, all of the buildings and things that are there are going to exist, and are you adding anything new?
No.
Okay,
We are not.
so the footprint and the look is going to be the same?
Yes, if anything, we're going to clean it up. The fruit trees, I'm going to take the fruit trees out. I'm going to clean up, just trim the trees up to where they look nicer. My goal, I can't see anything but bettering the property, and you consider there were 2 donkeys living there for, I don't know how many years they had the donkeys there that, that had to have their own issues that went with them, so.
Okay, and part of the requirement is dust suppression and
Yes.
parking and having areas and good access and egress. Okay, thank you, sir.
Any other commissioners have any questions? Yes,
You noted when you first came up that the club had been in the Foothills area for 12 years at the same location.
Not at that location. It was at the
Wherever it was in the
corner of
foothills.
44th and Foothills, yes.
Over those 12 years, were there any significant issues that are different than any other issues for similar clubs that are around town? Like, I know that's the Foothills, but in Yuma, there's like the 449 Club, and there's a few other ones that are in neighborhood pockets. Did you experience any, or did they experience any other issues beyond what other neighborhood ones have experienced over
I
time?
wouldn't say so. I think we only had, in the whole time we were there, I think the sheriff had to respond one time to a 6:30 meeting to a lady who was combative. Other than that, I don't think the sheriff ever came around. So, and like I mentioned before, the issue with the fire department and the outside burning. But I think there was one incident where we found a few hypodermic needles behind the building, but that was just an isolated incident. So.
Thank you.
commissioners. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'm going to close the public portion, bring it back to staff for discussion and a motion.
Question for staff. What would it take to deny this permit if we approved it and it's good for 5 years? What incident or anything that this permit could be denied?
Well, based on the condition number 2, is if they start parking vehicles on the right of way and we receive a complaint, that's going to be one of the violations. The other one will be if they exceed the amount of hours listed on condition number 3 as well.
Okay, so those are the only conditions is what you all obviously have there, so that's.
Right.
Any other questions from the
Yeah,
commissioners?
Mr. Chairman, staff, is that a renewable special use permit? Is that what happens after 5 years?
Mr. Chairman, they will have to reapply again in 5 years.
Okay, I just,
Do the process over again.
sure, okay.
Anybody want to make a motion?
I will.
Go ahead, sir. Mr. Bauer?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the special permit case number 2520 as presented.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, there has been a motion and a second to approve special use case number 25-20 as presented by staff. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed, nay.
Nay.
Motion passes with one nay. Moving on to case number 5, minor amendment, case number 25-07, amendment to the Yuma County 2030 Comprehensive Plan to add an influence area of military installation. We'll hold off for a second until everybody leaves.
Yeah, they should know. Even though.
All right, can we take a discussion outside, please? We need to continue with our meeting. Thank you. Staff on minor amendment, case number 25-07, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Javier Barraza, Senior Planner, presenting case number MA 25-07. Mr. Chairman, would you like a brief presentation? This has been, or the regular full presentation?
Just a brief, unless the commissioners are against.
All right. This is an amendment to the Yuma County 2030 Comprehensive Plan to add influence area of a military installation or range or Arizona National Guard site and a list of included and not included military installations or range or Arizona National Guard sites to the glossary and to incorporate the corresponding boundaries in Section 14 Regional Coordination, also 14.5 Yuma Regional Development Plan and Map 1 Yuma Regional Development Plan. Here in the slides, the intent is of the proposed amendments to comply with the changes to ARS approved by the governor on March 29, 2024, House Bill 2548. The staff is recommending the following changes to the 2030 comprehensive plan. Text that is strike-through format is intended to be deleted, and text in bold font is proposed new text to be added, as presented on this slide. Then also we are adding the influence areas. The map on the left is the existing map, and the map on the right is the proposed map with the influence area highlighted in yellow. Staff recommends approval of minor amendment case 25-07. That concludes staff's presentation. We're ready to answer questions.
Any questions for Commissioner or staff?
This is what, we've discussed this before a couple of times.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I don't have to open it up, do I? Attorney, I do have to open it, okay. Anybody in the audience like to speak for or against this recommendation? Seeing none, I'll bring it back to commissioners for action and discussion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve minor amendment 2507.
I'll second that.
There has been a motion and a second to approve minor amendment case number 25-07 as presented by staff. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion passes. Item number 6 on the agenda, text amendment case number 25-04, text amendment to the Yuma County zoning ordinance to consider section 704.03.
Mr. Chairman, Javier Barraza, Senior Planner, again presenting text amendment 25-04. As mentioned, this is a text amendment to the Yuma County zoning ordinance to consider changes to section 704.03 definitions to include a definition for influence area, to list the included and not included military installations or range or Arizona National Guard site, to depict the corresponding boundaries on the official zoning map, and to incorporate the respective layer into the Yuma County GIS. As mentioned before in the previous case, this is the intent. Again, this is the recommended changes to the zoning ordinance. Text that is strike through is intended to be deleted, and text in bold font is proposed new text. This is the official zoning map index showing all the affected map by this change, highlighted in yellow. Staff recommends approval of text amendment case number 25-04. That concludes staff presentation.
Any commissioners have any questions of staff? Seeing none, I'll open it up to the public for any discussion for or against this motion, this recommendation. Seeing none, bring it back to commissioners for action and discussion.
Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to recommend that we approve text amendment case number 25-04.
Second.
There's a motion to approve and a second. All those in favor, or any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion passes. Item number 7 on the agenda, text amendment case number 25-05.
morning, Commissioners. Ty Martinez, Chief Building and Fire Code Official. City of Yuma has recently adopted the 2024 International Codes, which include the following: 2024 International Building Code, 2024 International Residential Code, 2024 International Existing Building Code. In order to comply with the requirements of Arizona Revised Statutes 11-861, Yuma County must amend its comprehensive building safety code to maintain consistency with the City of Yuma's adopted codes. Adoption of the City of Yuma's codes, along with their respective local amendments, will update construction regulations within the unincorporated areas of Yuma County and promote regional uniformity. Contractors, design professionals, and other stakeholders have expressed a desire for consistent building standards throughout the county, allowing them to operate under a unified code framework. Staff recommends initiating an amendment to the Yuma Comprehensive Building Safety Code to adopt 2024 codes and the International Code 2024 International Residential Code and the 2024 International Existing Building Code pursuant to ARS 11861.
Have any questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Open up to the public if they have any questions concerning this item. Not, bring it back to commissioners for action. Do I have a motion?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we approve text amendment case 2505 as presented.
I'll second that.
There's been a motion and a second to approve text amendment case number 25-205. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is discussion by the commission members and planning directors of events attended, current events, and the schedule of future planning and zoning commission meetings. There is a agenda for future meetings. Do we need to vote on this?
Mr. Chairman, we're going to place an item on the agenda for next month to actually take action on the meeting schedule.
Okay.
Today is just to review the draft schedule. The first meeting in January will be January 27th, so the item will be on that agenda.
Thank you, ma'am. Any questions from commissioners? Okay, anything else to discuss? All right, seeing none, we will do item number 11 is to call to the public. Anybody out in the public want to speak on anything going on, any questions that they may have? All right, seeing none, I am going to adjourn this meeting.